Libra, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a reading for the month of December. We're going to take a look at our past, present, and future and see if there's anything that we want to change. If we like where we're at, great, perfect. Love that for you guys. If we don't, you are the creator of your own destiny, and it's all about raising the vibration, being aligned with what it is that you want in life. Just remember, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, totally okay. Just leave for those that need to hear right now and come back for the next month's reading. I'd love to do personal readings at some point, but right now we're just going to read the collective and kind of get the gist of everyone's energy. So let's go ahead and dive into the vibe of this month and kind of get an idea of where you guys stand. Okay, and so we have the guide, inheritance correction. So there's a sense of, there's a lot of you guys kind of like working hard, especially towards the end of the year. There's some kind of like energy about, it's like you're just boss right now, like really trying to put in everything for the end of the year. I don't know if this resonates from some of you guys, but I think it's really important with your work right now to kind of close off the year with a bang. I don't know if that's something that makes sense to you or something that's important to you. But there's some, I feel like you guys have had some kind of setbacks. I don't know how that relates to every single Libra, but there does seem to be some kind of setbacks and you're kind of correcting it. That's what this correction is, inheritance. It does feel like it's financial, work related, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's something along the lines of like building that right relationship. So take the theme of my message and place it in a way that makes the most sense in your life, but it really is like a like something that has to do with your future. And you're trying to fix that and make it make sense and make it work before the end of the year. So there's that kind of energy, like there's like a rush behind it. I don't know if that, it feels very like rushed, or it feels very like important and needs to be done now. It's giving me that kind of energy. But let's go ahead. I don't know if it's like a bad thing yet or a good thing yet. So we're gonna see the past, present, and future, because it does feel like you're very like pushing through very strongly right now. And I feel like it could be a good energy, but it could also have some kind of kickbacks. But let's pull some cards for the past. Oh no, I don't like that. I feel like I literally, let's do it one more time, because I shuffled. So maybe that was meant for you, but I got the same exact cards for the last sign that I just almost feel like I didn't shuffle well enough. Let's do it one more time. That feels right. Yeah, that feels better. Way better. Okay. We're going to start with the past, okay? So we have 7 of Wands, 10 of Cups in reverse, and the World. So there's definitely some kind of setback. Something happened in the past. I think you were really fighting for your position or where you are right now. Maybe it's where you are in your relationship, fighting for your relationship. Defending yourself maybe from friends, maybe there's some kind of situation, but there is a setback. The 10 of Cups in reverse, I feel like you were close to like your goal or want, like whatever the end result is of a situation that in hand. And I feel like that, because it's reversed, there was a delay. Something happened. There was a pause, there was a stop to all of that. And I feel like, again, like so close. You have the World here. So it's like the whole circle, the big picture. So for me, that just feels like I don't know. This is popping into my head. So it doesn't necessarily have to be work, friends, or family, but maybe as a whole. And you've always just wanted to be settled, and I don't feel like you feel settled. And I feel like this situation that you've been fighting for was like your whole picture for you to be content, happy, and just living in your life. I have an image of you guys just sitting in your own house and just being like, oh, like, thank you, like, this is perfect. And you're just not getting there. There is some kind of setback of you having to have to defend yourself. It almost feels like, I'm going to say this in a way that I hope makes sense to you guys, because it doesn't feel like one topic, one specific topic. It feels like multiple topics, and it feels like when it rains, it pours for you. And it feels like when one thing happens incorrectly, it's almost trickling into other things because of how you've handled it. And I feel like there's something like a negative energy towards it. And I think I'm going to do a whole video about this, about the victim mentality, because it's not that, I'm not saying that you aren't a victim, because you could totally be right, but the universe doesn't care. The universe doesn't care if you are right or wrong. It's how you handle yourself afterwards. So, like, yeah, somebody may have wronged you, and that's fine. Let karma handle that. Let the universe handle them, because if you walk around being like, woe is me, why does this happen to me? The universe is going to like be like, oh, is that what you're aligned with? I'm going to keep giving you that. And so it feels like there's a setback because of that, and it keeps trickling. And so there's like a theme about like attitude and how you perceive things that is super important. But I do get a sense in the past you've like completely had to have to defend yourself, like work hard, fight for something. So that's a lot of energy and a lot of like correction energy because you're trying to fix it. And again, not working out because I think there's like something to do with mindset. And let's go ahead in the present. We have the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So a lot of cups here, a lot of swords. We have swords in there. No, we don't. Okay, just kidding. That was a different pile. But we do have cups in this reading. That's a lot of emotions coming through right now in the present. So there is something that kind of ended. I feel like you broke away from something currently. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe there's friendship. Again, it feels for me, and I'm going to be very like it, hit or miss with some people, right? Because there's a collective coming in, but a lot of you guys are just dealing with a lot of things at once. And so I think the main thing for you is you guys are very go-getters and want the financial stability. I think that has been very, very, very super important for you. And so because every other aspect in your life is like affecting you, it is now trickling into like the career aspect. So like now you're just like, okay, like what do I need to do? I think there was a loss of some kind of relationship, whether it be family, friends, significant other. I see that I feel like you kind of went your own, like you went separate ways. I don't think there was very much closure. I feel like I think there's something that you are avoiding within this situation as well. I think your guides are bringing that to your attention because I think they want you to kind of take the road, not the rose colored, but like be more aware of what happened and maybe have a conversation, because I don't think there was a conversation or anything that's been had post this walking away. Because I think that's super important. They're bringing that up, and I do, this is your call whether you want to have that conversation or not. I know that it hurt you to some extent. You feel like betrayed. You feel like, somebody kind of like did you wrong, or multiple people. Doesn't have to be one person. And so like there's a crossroad and you choose to walk away. And there was no conversation. Like there was no amends, like you feel like whatever you went through is more important than anything else, which is fine. At the end of the day, like I don't know your situation, and I'm just going to repeat that the universe doesn't care if you're right or wrong. It's how you handle it. And at the end of the day, I don't feel like right now, I feel like you're still in the angry, why is this happening to me phase. So there is this opportunity that's coming in, Page of Cups and Messenger, right? I feel like there is going to be some kind of olive branch that's going to be extended. I feel like somebody is going to show you that they care and that they still care about you. Um, or give you that opportunity to kind of find closure, whatever that means for you at this point in time. And again, this is part of that correction thing. Like this would be your opportunity to kind of correct that. Whether you guys make amends, like I mean, you could just be cordial and be like, everything is what it is, but I have a boundary and I don't see eye to eye with you. You could do that. And there could be like, all's good in the world, I forgive you, or whatever. You guys have that conversation. You don't have to reconnect. You can just have that peace so that you can move on and not have that energy moving into the future. Because again, universe doesn't care if you're a victim. You could rightfully so be angry and upset for multitude of reasons, but it's how you move on from that. That's what's important. And let's take a look into the future right now, because I feel like that'll give us more clarity on what you would want to do, right? So we have the Magician, which is beautiful, but we have the Two of Wands in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. So there is a sense of, right, manifesting, Magician being here. I think that's beautiful. But in this sense, it is a warning, not necessarily a positive thing, but it is a warning because, again, the future is what you can change. The future is something that you can move around. We're getting into the new year. So if you're coming here and watching this, it's a good thing because it gives you the ability to readjust, realign. Because once your energy, especially like as a group of people, coming together and watching this, everyone like shifts and changes their vibration. This reading will be different. And I always say that because this is never set in stone. It's only set in stone if you stay in your ways. If you change your ways, this is different. And this is like I'm reading your energy that you currently have now and where that is leading. That's what I'm giving you. Because the point of this is I want to help. Like I can give you the future. I could tell you point blank what's going to happen. But for me, I don't want that to be set in stone. I want you guys to have control of your life because we all do. That's what manifesting is. You can have anything. Tomorrow you might change your mind. You want a red Corvette. Like you can change your mind about these things, right? So we have the Two of Wands in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like emotionally you're just not there. I feel like you still don't give up that emotional like hang up of like this is happening to me, you messed up, you hurt me, da 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 da. Because then the universe is now going to be like, well, yeah, here they hurt you. Do you want to continue to hurt? Because it looks like you want to continue to hurt because you're still hanging up on that and you're always thinking about it. So like the universe is going to continue to hurt you, and you're gonna be like, why is everyone doing this to me? Why is everything happening to me? Because you're not letting go of that. That's why the closure is super important here and the crossroads, like making the decision to kind of have that conversation with them. Because at the end of the day, Two of Wands is in reverse. It's like your world is in the palm of your hands, but you're not allowing that to happen. There's a miss. There's a delay of like opportunities to kind of like move on from this. You're just hung up on this situation, especially in the future, and you're manifesting something that is not going to be happy. And we want to walk into 2026 with our head held high and being like, this is my year. I know everyone's like, let's not jinx it, right? But like it is your year if you make it your year. If you go in doubtful, like, yeah. And go in like with the energy of, because inheritance, like that card, inheritance, you're inheriting what you are going through this year into the next year, right? Like, well, we can use that word for that. But it is about correcting things that have gone, correcting your emotions. And I think this is a really good lesson for this month. And a lot of beautiful things can happen. I think you can give someone grace, and I feel like you can move on that being peaceful situation, which I feel like is very possible. I think if you listen to this and you're like, you know what, it's not worth me being angry, and you can move on from that, I think that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and get the last advice from your guides here. One more time. That's perfect. Where are you being called to journey to? I mean, this is beautiful. A beautiful card. Whoever made the artwork on this, I'm sorry. I was like staring at it like I should show you guys. It is beautiful. I mean, where are you being called to journey to? Like, this is part of the crossroads here. Like, do you go and talk to them? Do you make amends? Are you called to just move on and not think about them? You have that choice. However, where do you want to end? Where do you want to be in your future? Because right now, with the energy that you're giving off, it's not going to be in a place of peace. It's going to be a continuation of whatever's going on this year. Do you want something different for yourself? And this is the part to kind of reflect, where are you being called to journey to? And I think listen to what your God, because your guides want to talk to you. They want to tell you these things. Meditate, sit down and meditate and ask them the questions. Like when I meditate, my brain isn't like necessarily quiet. I'm talking to my guides. I like calm myself. I focus. I do a lot of guided meditations because I want my brain to journey. I want to journey and find my guides, find the answers. And I think they're willing to give you that to you. If you ask, where am I being called to journey to? They're going to tell you, look, like, do you want to have this negativity around you, or do you just want peace and start on a new foot and a new chapter? Because the doors aren't closing also, by the way. Like, I don't feel like because you don't let go of this hurt, the doors don't close and you leave them open and it just continues a cycle. So keep that in mind, because I do want you guys to start off on the best foot possible for the new year. Like, we're literally around the corner. So if this message if this message did resonate, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss another one of these, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.